thanks so much for joining in conversation with me and really appreciate it.
Hi,
Right?
thank you so much for having me.
So let's begin. Donita, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Donita Dickson, and I'm a proud Anglo-Indian and an alumni of FAPS. After my schooling, I went on to do my bachelor's and my master's in business administration, followed by working with a not-for-profit for a few years. Post which I joined the corporate sector, the consulting sector, and I've been for the last 13 odd years now. And my work for the last 16, 17 years has been in the field of sustainability or corporate social responsibility. Some of the things that are, key that I've or things that I advocate for are things like education, women empowerment, financial independence. These are some of the things that I do. That's the work part. And in addition to that, I'm also an avid traveler. I'm a motorcyclist and also now an author. So that's just a little about me.
So now coming back to this your motorcycle thing, right? So where have you gone? I mean, what inspired your book as well? Because your dad told me a lot about it. So yeah, just
Yes.
tell us about the motorcycle and the connection to the book.
Well, I mean, he's one of the inspirations. I mean, he's the one who started it all. He had a motorcycle, and I was too little to remember a lot of things, but he had a Java, many years back, and he and my mom used to zip through the city. And I think when I came into the picture, I used to sit on the tank, and he used to take me around, and I think that sort of stuck with me. And I have these little memories of of all the motorcycling rides that we've done or that I did as a kid. And after that, like I said, that, I have always been quite passionate about traveling, whether it's in the country or outside. And motorcycling, for some reason, always stuck with me. This was something, there's an incident that I've sort of also mentioned in the book where when I sort of got into college and I had the option of choosing between a car, or I think I sort of insisted I get a two-wheeler because a bike at that point of time was too much for him to take. So I sort of insisted on a two-wheeler only so that I could learn how to ride a two-wheeler at that point of time. And I think that's where the journey started. After that, I went on for a few rides on and off in the country itself. But I think that I had like a game changing or a life changing experience a few years back. And when I finally got a motorcycle of my own, and I have been, I have been going around the country on that.
देंगे आप एक मशीन चला रहे हैं एट द एंड ऑफ द डे तो आपको पता है कि कुछ ना कुछ ब्रेक डाउन होगा कुछ ना कुछ इशू होगा योर को ट्रैवलर्स आर योर बिगेस्ट सपोर्ट सिस्टम बिकॉज दे आर विद यू 24/7 सो आई थिंक वी वर देयर विद ईच अदर बिगेस्ट सपोर्टर वाज दिस simultaneously it was our family members.
Another exciting thing that I did with the motorcycle was, I think about 2 years back, where along with another, rider, we completed we completed this route called the Golden Quadrilateral. It's one of the iconic routes of India. And, in addition to Ladakh and Spiti, this is like one of the rides that motorcyclists usually, aspire to do. And so I did that ride. It was a 12-day ride where we covered close to 20 plus states across India, where every day we were crossing a new state. And this book that I've just co-authored with her is on that. And it's also a world record because we were the first ones as a duo to complete that ride in India. So,
Incredible, yeah. So where do we get our books? Where is it available?
it's available on Amazon, Flipkart, and on the Notion Press website as well.
So we're gonna help promote it, and we want as many Anglo-Indians as possible to read about it, right? Because I need to buy that book. But please sign it for me.
I
We're
will. I
trying
will
to.
send you a copy myself.
So just to tell you, we have something called Story Hour. So if you do
Yes.
not mind,
Yeah.
we would like you to read a short excerpt from there. Can be a
Okay.
5 minute, 6 minute, and we would like to put it on our story. And the reason being is it's a collaboration. Check it out, right? So we want people. to promote their own books, but they also have to take an initiative to do so
Oh,
through
I'd love to.
these. So please do it, and
I'll do that.
and I'll follow up on this. So do not forget. I
No,
keep
I'm
following.
not kidding. I'm serious about it as well. I'll do it.
Okay, now when it comes to the Anglo-Indian community, right? What has your experience been with it?
Well, I think so the thing is, like I said, that I completed my schooling from FAPS. I was in a convent before that for a few years, and then I joined FAPS when I was in grade five, and I practically finished school over there. And I think, you, so I mean, when I seen the questions and I was looking at it, I was trying to reflect and sort of see, what are the actual things that I actually got from this community, and I think a lot of, I think the first thing is confidence, because what I've realized is that over time, one of the things that the kind of exposure we got when we were in school, whether it is, and it's not just academics, of course, we've always in school, you are required to strive towards academic excellence, but in addition to that, what I also realized is that that the Anglo-Indian community, even at school, sort of ensured that we were also excelling in other fields as well. So whether it was sports, it was music, it was literature, there were multiple things. And I think that was one of the key foundations for me to realize, or to to have clarity in terms of what I wanted to do ahead in life. And things like I said, that that I've been part of, like, in school as well. I mean, of course, because dad was in school as well, he's a music teacher, so we, as children, as his kids, we have that thing that of course, we've, and a family with who's got this musical background. Of course, I think it was a given that we would get into that space. But in addition to that, the kind of the support that we got within the community over there in school, because that was the years that I had maximum exposure, and and the connect that we had, that I had in the community, was when I was in school. So those were the kind of that was the kind of exposure that I had. I think once I moved into college, that sort of, I think it would occasionally be on, when we had the Anglo-Indian dance, whether it was to do with, during Easter or during Christmas. But then that, I think that sort of, that trickled down, but then it came back again a few years later. And of course, like I was just telling you that, 2 years back, last year, in fact, when I went back and I attended the All India Anglo-Indian annual meet, and I came across the people who are there in the community, and all the people who are being awarded, and also the other people that I met, the parents and everybody else. I think that's the time I realized that we are actually making headway in so many sectors. It was surprising to see, because the thing is, after, like I said, that, after school, usually we all went our separate ways and things like that. The connect that we had wasn't as much as I would want it to be. But when I came back to that annual meeting, and I was so motivated after that, because I also had the chance to interact with a few people, a lot of youth. I mean, after I got the award and everything, and there were a lot of people who came and walked up to me and they were talking to me, and I, of course, went and spoke to a few people. And when I got to know about their stories, including yours, Aubrey, because I think that's when I realized that we're actually making a difference, and it's not just something which is on the top. This is something which is, and I think that is what the community is all about. That, that we are not just, it's not just our rich historical thing that we have, but it's the headway that we're making now across all fields. I mean, and it's not, like I said, it's not just academics. I mean, academics, yes, of course, that is there. But I mean, look at the variety of things that we're doing, and and the kind of, and it's not just that we're just participating in something. We're leading these things, so which is a big deal. And yeah, so, and I think that's the reason why I said that I'm a proud Anglo-Indian too when I started this conversation with you.
So, okay, so one of the reasons of starting Gain, and I'll be very straightforward, is I was shocked at the number of Anglo Indians that are doing such amazing stuff,
Yeah.
right? And to be very honest with you, you keep hearing, oh, this Anglo Indian. I keep hearing that, right?
Yes.
But when you
Yes.
go out there, the restaurants they own, the places they are in, are you in, this it's shocking. It's like, I own this, I do this, I fly here, I own businesses all around. And then I
Yeah.
say, hold on. we're supposed to be a dying community, we're supposed to be a small community, the youth, this. So hold on. We are not networked at all very well.
Yes.
And we are not networked on a global scale because you have a lot of people
Yeah.
all
It's very
around, not just
interesting.
India.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah. No, it's
and
it's
and
surprising. I totally agree with what you're saying, and I think that's what I've realized that during that award, I think it was such an eye opener after a while, then because the award categories that we were looking at, and then the people that you meet, and the kind of work that they're doing, it's amazing. It's overwhelming, and sort of it sort of gives you a lot of satisfaction as well to see people doing such great work.
so in that event, something very funny happened. There was a youngster who plays for India in badminton. Do you remember that young guy?
Yes, yes.
He was so upset that Dhoni didn't show up that I think the next day he left or something like that. So yeah, so that was the thing.
Yeah.
So now taking your background
Mhm.
into consideration in sustainability, working with women,
Yeah.
what do you think our platform gain should do? How can we collaborate? Because we want to work with you rather than for you,
Yeah.
right? Because collaboration is what we are working with. I can't tell you what to do when
Mm.
we have people who can help. So how should we work in that area when it comes to collaboration, women empowerment, taking your background into perspective?
Okay. So, obviously, my experience has primarily been with women from underserved communities, but irrespective of the financial background or whatever it is, I think the idea is that, I mean, of course, like I said, that, when I was going through all the work that you've been doing and, what you're trying to do as well through this platform, I think it's marvelous. I think it is, we did not have something like this earlier. And today, in the day of age of technology, I think leveraging that as a medium to bring people together, I think is something which I think we could have started a little sooner, but glad that it's finally happening. And I think so. So yeah, so I think the way that we can bring people together is, of course, through these stories that the things that you're bringing out, because a lot of times, like I said, that that my exposure was limited for a few years, and then it was that event that I went to, and when I got to know the kind of work that everybody is doing. So I think bringing, if we were to know, and through these communities that you have, if we were to know what everybody's area of expertise is, and sort of link that to, or help them network with people who can in some way or the other provide them the kind of mentorship or guide them in that particular thing, would be a way that we can sort of look at increasing, or or in a way help women in that sense. So I think networking, because I think that is something that I've sort of learned over the years, that networking is of importance, and you might be doing a lot of great work, which is good, but then if you are not in touch with or not connected with the right people, you can become stagnant. So if we are able to, through this platform, I mean, a lot of people, so that's the reason why I said that, that if we were to know the kind of interests that women have, if I were to just talk about this one particular group, if we know the kind of interests that women have, or the kind of qualifications or things that they're good at, and we try and link them to people in that field, I think that can probably help in growing this particular community.
Okay, now here comes the kicker, right? So this has to be a collaboration.
Yeah,
It's an open field, right? The idea of this is that, again, we can't tell you, okay, you have to do this, this is the way. No, right?
absolutely.
It's we work together. Now, as a platform, what can you do for the Global Anglo-Indian Network game? And
Mhm.
what can we do for you?
Okay. So I think in terms of what I can do is that I am in the consulting space, I am in the sustainability space. So I am happy to be a mentor to to people who aspire to be in this particular field. In addition to that, I think what I can gain out of the community, I think it's more to do with how, if I could get help in putting out the word, the things that I've written in the book, the stuff that I've talked about, and where I mean, so there are, I mean, just to take one step back, so there are these, I call it the three C's of my life. Okay, so these are it's compassion, curiosity, and courage. So these are the three things that I live by, and think so. What I'm trying to and the reason why, I found this conversation interesting is because I thought this was another medium to put the word out there that that we are, that as women. I mean, I'm digressing a little, but I'll tell you why I'm doing that. So the thing is that what I've realized over the years is that we as women, and primarily I'm talking about myself. What tends to happen is that when we are put up in a family setup, or or even when it comes to till the time we are in school and in college, we have these huge dreams or these things that we want to do with life. But what I've also realized is that that when we are put in a family situation, there are times where we put ourselves or put our aspirations in the back burner, because we have this tendency of not putting ourselves first. And we want to take care of the family, we want to take make sure that, I mean, if there are kids in the scene, then of course the priority are the kids and things like that. And what tends to happen is that over time you realize that you look back and you think that that what have I done with my life, like and this is something that I've sort of learned over years, that I want to live a life of no regrets. So which is why I have this three C's mantra that I follow. And that's exactly what I want women to do. I mean, whoever watches this video, and the message that I always put across is that just learn to put yourself first. It's not being selfish. I mean, even if you have to be selfish, so what? I mean, I don't think, I mean, at the end of the day, at least that you've lived a life that was fulfilling. And till the time you're not happy with yourself, you can never make anyone else happy. There's always going to be that gap. You're always going to be things. So which is why I feel that, and that's the message I have, Aubrey, for everybody, that whoever's part of this thing, that then that's what I have to offer. That if I have to mentor women in whatever capacity that I can, with the kind of experience that I bring in, or the kind of whether it's professional or otherwise, I am more than happy to serve as a mentor to these people, and also to connect people with people in my network. More than happy to do that.
So, number one is absolutely, when it comes to putting women, before everybody else, in fact, that's not selfish whatsoever. And that's one of the mindsets we have to change, right?
Yes.
Do what you want and you will be supported, right? That, very archaic way of thinking is done. We do not do that anymore,
Yeah.
right? But women need to support women more. And that's my take on it, right?
Absolutely.
And I'll just give you one example, right? When it comes to women's sports, women don't watch women's sports as much as men watch women's sports.
Yeah.
Right? So women have to keep at it. I don't like it. Give it a try. Support it, right? Think of that. Number two, your three C's, my three C's. My three C's are continuity of work, consistency of work, and the work has to be constantly monitored. From the sustainable part of it, right? So I'm going to add your C's to my C's, going to become six C's, right? And yeah, so I think we need a little bit of a, not a little bit, a little bit of a, yeah, okay, a more of a professional touch to certain things as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand there is empathy, and I understand there is something. We do that. Nobody's saying it's not going to be, we're not going to have empathize with people or sympathize with people. But a lot of work doesn't get done with that. It takes such a long time, when you can look at various ways of doing it, right?
Yeah.
You can work with varying aspects and give it a chance. So, Donita, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time taken out. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you have a little bit of homework.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Right? We're going to keep following it up, because
Absolutely.
I'm requesting you, and I'll tell you this again, and I'm telling this to, and this is for everybody else as well. Just because we've had it doesn't mean we are done. You have to keep the conversation on. You have to keep it alive. You people can't keep saying, "Oh, I had this, but nothing happened."
Yeah.
I keep hearing this. I know this happens, right? The question is, you have to help us help you.
Yeah.
Story.
Absolutely.
Okay? Thanks, Donita. Appreciate it. And the work begins actually now, right?
Well, I look forward to working further and collaborating. And thank you for bringing out, I mean, for putting this across, Aubrey. I think I mean, when I was going through the groups that you've created and all the work that is being done so far, I think it's amazing to see that that someone has finally taken the step to do that. So, and I wish you and your entire team the very best in this.
Thanks, Donita.
Right. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.